mentoring and coaching is not a luxury item to be built into projects. It's a really essential item.
What Charlotte in particular does, more so than perhaps other mentors, is allow people to give them some really vital tools.
She really makes you question your work and why you're doing the work you want to make.
She's kind of helped me to find the essence of what I'm really trying to say.
She's worth more than her weight in gold, and anybody who is umming and ahhing about whether to build a Mentor or Charlotte Vincent into their budget, I think this is not a luxury item, it's an essential item.
So mentoring for me is using my experience as a maker of 25 years to help people with less experience to find a way to make the best work that they can make. I think there's quite a lot of confusion around what artists want from a mentor. I think a lot of people possibly approach me wanting to direct their work, and very soon into a mentoring process I'll identify that and say, this is no longer mentoring. We either backtrack and I'll help you to make the work, or we change the transaction, if you like, and I'll help direct your work. My main aim really is to get them to clarify their content, their concept, and the context in which they're working. So in a way the form is irrelevant, it's more about finding clarity.
Charlotte has an incredible impact on artists that she works with. I think the main impact that she has is that she allows them to completely strip away previous conceptions about how they wish to make work, and allows them to dig into the essence and the core of what it is they're trying to say and how they want to say it.
There's been a lot of braveness within the artist in the room and myself, but I think it's all about how she holds the space and how she helps you to investigate your questions. That is, there's a safety net.
A lot of the time, dance artists have really valid ideas. They have either been dancers or they're starting to choreograph. They don't yet know how to really conduct and design a process. And what Charlotte in particular does, more so than perhaps other mentors, is allow people to give them some really vital tools about what it means to strip away all the preconceived ideas about process and about dance, and help them to dive into an idea and mine it for its potential.
This is about really poking and prodding at their practice to make their work better. It's not a personal attack on that person, it's about making the work better, and about them connecting with themselves as an individual and really being conscious of the world that they're making that work in and why it's important that they understand why they're making that.
You can't keep changing your mind, you can't be seduced, you have to go. I work quite a lot with taking emotional risks, and I think people are slightly surprised. That's why they feel like I'm breaking them down a bit, because I'm not scared of going to places that they feel they maybe shouldn't go.
Charlotte really pushed us in taking risks and making work that we would want to see or that we are interested in, and put the things that we are passionate about into our work, which I think was a really sort of aha moment.
I think it has to be for people who are prepared to change. You can't just go in and have a nice pretty time. This is real, and that's where the magic happens, you know. This is where change happens, and this is where you will grow.
So for me it feels quite important that they've done that research and that the work has that rigour and the integrity behind it, and that what we aren't just making is a wonderful show and a sort of fancy piece of entertainment. I think when we're trying to make great art, we're trying to look much deeper than that. And I think for me, I certainly feel like I can tell when an artist perhaps hasn't dug deep enough into the idea that they were wanting to present. So emotion for me is a currency.
it is part of the craft of what I want to see in a piece of work as an audience member and as a maker. And so what I encourage, I suppose, my mentees to do is to find their authentic voice, find what it is they're trying to say, and help them find a way to say it. Now, when you work like that, it's very likely that people will make disclosures. And I feel that part of my job is to support the investigation of a disclosure with a group or with an individual to see whether it's appropriate for that emotional disclosure to become part of the poetry of a piece of work.
And she has herself not stopped digging until she understood herself completely, and that's what her artistic practice is based on. When she has material that she wants to work on, she doesn't stop until she has found the essence of it for herself. So there's a courage which I think most average people would shy away from, an emotional courage to delve into subject matter that she is therefore able to encourage in other artists.
And that's what I mean by an authentic response. It's not therapy, it is being kind about and safe about when the driver behind a piece of work surfaces and knowing what to do with it. So when people are talking about breaking down, they're talking about those moments where they go, the piece is about that, it's not about this. I was hiding in this thing, what it's really about is this. I knew it all along, oh my God. But it just takes someone maybe with a bit of experience to say it's okay to go there.
What I see happen is a kind of the blinkers falling off, the light going on, a kind of complete excitement about the potential of their ideas, and a real truth about it, a sort of a sense of the essence of what it is.
I think Charlotte's not afraid of saying what she thinks, and very quickly the artists have to get used to being vulnerable and have a backbone and really be able to justify every decision that they're making along that process. And I think without a shadow of a doubt that then produces better work.
To make authentic work, I think you need to find your authentic voice. And if you're being driven by the shoulds of contemporary dance, of what you think you should be doing, you're going to make generic work.
Artistically, it's really easy to get stuck in your own head about the kind of ideas you want to make. You go in the same kind of patterns that you're used to. And so having an outside eye is really beneficial.
As a mentor, I am trying to offer a toolkit of real, insight and proper crafting tools to help an artist go forward and make better work and to ask the right questions. Some of the tools are intellectual tools about asking the right questions or being a bit rigorous with yourself about whether you're getting close to where you want to be or not. And some of the tools are very specific, compositional, humour-based, choreographic tools that might really unlock something.
I think mentoring is absolutely essential, aside from giving you the famous outside eye and somebody with more experience who can help you to give you tools. It's really about understanding what your practice is about and understanding how that practice is something that you want to constantly chip away at and build at, and that is different from other people's practices. So your own investment in that process of how you make work is something that a mentor really, really can help to bring out, and what mentors need to help artists in the UK to do.